for a drive. I'm collecting data as far as wideband and you know, how much it's heating up and fuel trims and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to hold on to this with my hand and drive. I'm only driving on the dirt, so I still need to get this thing, the paperwork legit, so that I can drive it on the road and start actually tuning it. But I've been trying to get by with just tuning it on my road. My neighbors don't seem to have complained too much yet. You'll also probably hear the brakes dragging. I had quite an issue with my brakes. And I'll explain that when it's not running so that you guys can actually... drive it on the rack. The brakes are not good. They're there, but they're not correct. I need to step up a master cylinder size as far as I am concerned with it, is what I'm thinking. I need to add more fuel to it too, by the looks of the map. I'll show you guys when I get up back to the house. On these manual 400s, it doesn't have engine braking anymore, so you want to stop or come to a very close to stop before you throw it in first, or it'll mess up your sprag. I hope this isn't too wobbly, guys. I'm doing my best with one hand. Probably not OSHA approved, but yeah, definitely way too lean. 100 kVA, it's at 14.8. 100 kVAs in boost. You can see the steering's very numb. It could be because I'm on dirt. I don't know yet. We'll figure something out. It's definitely driving a lot better than before. I had the map completely jacked up in this computer. I've been working with somebody to try to figure it out because my closed loop was so messed up. And now I finally just went to an open loop only. Had traffic. He probably got pretty scared there. He's probably like, what's this piece of shit coming down the road? There we go. Alright, guys. So you can see up at the top, it's running 15, 12, and 1600. The bottom cells are actually fairly good. They need to be a little bit richer. Out here at the 2400 at Oh, it's only at 80 kPa. Oh, that's probably fine then. We're getting close. I'm running my air filter just because I'm on dirt. So I'll go ahead and shut it off and show you guys what I've done. Actually, let me stop this log too. Alright, so I was working with a guy. I originally had this set at a 60 psi base pressure. You can see my master cylinder's giving me issues. I'm gonna have to change this master cylinder. There's just no way around it. It's leaking and stuff. It doesn't have enough fluid in there for me to trust it, unless I like put it angled up on it. It's angled down because it's originally a Dakota master cylinder. That must just be how the firewall mounts. 7/8 bore, doesn't pass enough fluid. I don't get brake pedal until like 3/4 of the way down, and or if you pump it. Not really about that though. It's okay. Wastegate hasn't opened. So if you guys remember, I originally had my O2 sensors back here. I wasn't getting good reading, so I moved my wideband up to here, in which I had thought originally that the wideband was screwed up. It's not, because I robbed that used out of a car that I parted. And I put my narrow band up here, but I still have this persistent issue where the narrow band swings wildly from like 120 millivolts up to 700, and I'm getting like this lean rich chug when I'm not when I'm using like, you know, closed loop. So I, you know, as you can see, I disconnected it there. I'm not thinking I'm gonna run this setup for very long. Like I eventually want to go to a Terminator X, so this is only for a short while. Just trying to make it work instead of having to change the setup late in the year. I'd like to drive the car a little bit, so I plugged these two. I'm not using that narrow band up there. And then yeah, that's about the majority of everything that I've been dealing with. I struggled with this for a long time. It would just keep adjusting fuel up and down. I could never get it to try to even come close to staying steady. I don't know what the deal is with it. If running a 102 sensor for both banks is problematic. I've tried changing a bunch of values. I've talked to a bunch of different people. It's baffling me, but I got to the point where I said, well, I need to eventually start trying to tune this rather than worrying about closed loop. Because I can run open loop and it'll run. So that's where we're at with that. And as you guys can see, I've been trying to just tune open loop. Got my new axles in. You guys seen that? They look like they are certified. what I mean by that is they don't have the stock little centerpiece in them, so the tech might actually pass that. I don't know, maybe not. Got my boat fuel cap. I don't think I showed you guys that in the last one. I have my trunk lid in the garage there. I got it cut out so that it'll go around that. I'd show you guys that, but it's kind of hard to put on with one person. Still have a bunch of work to do in the trunk. At this point, if I can get these lights working, I can get the front lights working, turn signals, brakes, probably not gonna worry about headlights, not gonna drive the car in the dark. I need to wire in at least a switch for this trans cooler. It's got rust all over it. At least a switch for it. If not a temp sensor, but the temp sensor thing's probably not going to happen for a while. So I have one of my friends coming up. This thing keeps popping out. I gotta glue it or something. I have one of my friends coming up, and we're going to fill the speaker holes in both sides and then firewall the back side, the back seat, with some aluminum I've got, and hopefully make it to autofest. I don't really have like hopes of what this thing's gonna make. I know what I want it to make. I'm trying to be very not optimistic because it seems like all the goals that I've had really fall short and disappoint. So if it blows up, I've got spares. If it makes over naturally aspirated 5.3, like 300 horsepower, if it makes over that with me tuning it, I'll be happy. Just from like quarter throttle driving this thing around, it is pretty fast. I haven't really got into it. I haven't got into boost. I've got to 100 kPa, which I don't know if it's hooking up because I'm, obviously I live on dirt, so I'm working on getting it insured. I'm gonna get it plated this week if I can help. If not, it'll be next week, but I'm trying to rush my insurance lady to get something going. And then besides that, we will probably see you guys at autofest. So I guess until then, I'll probably not be doing a whole lot of videos of the car unless I can get out there and like street tune it and maybe do a burnout for you guys. I'll do that. But yeah, the next event's probably gonna be autofest, and I'm gonna try to get as much film for that to where I can make even like maybe a 2-part video of like this car dynoing, and then do the show and the dyno day all separate in a separate video for you guys, so that I can kind of highlight what the car is doing, how much timing I've got in each run, how much boost. It's only got a 4-pound spring in it. I keep rambling on. I need to get off here. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but hopefully soon. Thank you.